I am Cam Rogers. Hit me up on Twitter at Mr. Rogers99. Let's talk about the playoffs. And 3 NFL teams guaranteed to miss the postseason in 2018. We start things off in the Pacific Northwest. The Seattle Seahawks, they ain't making it. And I chose these 3 teams in particular because of value of the BetDSI odds. So, sure, I could have said Arizona, but the odds are crazy. You have to put down so much money to actually make money in return. So I talk about Seattle here because, well, their odds to miss the playoffs, minus 270. That's pretty good. I like that number quite personally. And there are a slew of reasons why I think Seattle is going to miss the playoffs. A, where's the pass protection going to come from when you talk about names like J.R. Sweezy and DJ Fluker as potential starters on that offensive line? That concerns me. Jermaine Ifedi may start at right tackle. That concerns me. What's their identity in the run game? Is it going to be hammer away Chris Carson and then hope that Rashad Penny can come back healthy and he can be the guy there, and maybe McKissick there could be the complimentary back or whatever? CJ Prosise too, he's in the mix as well. Mike Davis. I don't know what their identity is in the run game. Finished 21st in yards per attempt last year, 23rd in yards per game in 2017 as well. Depleted secondary. Richard Sherman, bye. Cam Chancellor, goodbye. Earl Thomas still holding out. Byron Maxwell is slated as a starting cornerback. That's not good news. And then you have an inexperienced defensive line here. Michael Bennett is no longer there. Cliff Averill is no longer there. Sheldon Richardson, goodbye as well. Jaron Reed, Brandon Jackson. I like Frank Clark, of course, but it's a new revamped front line. How does it perform this year? And I alluded to it. Earl Thomas. What is going on here? Is he getting traded? Because if he is, oh my gracious, you better start throwing down some money on BetDSI right now, folks. Because at minus 270, love that number. You can get a pretty good payday there and hammer away that the Seattle Seahawks are not going to make the playoffs in 2018. And by the way, I didn't mention this in my list here, but the NFC West with the 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams, there's just not enough room for Seattle to squeak out there a playoff berth because there's so much depth in the NFC. Real quick, want to give a shout out on YouTube Live to my guy, Daddy Smokes. Thank the Lord, Cam is back. Shout out to you, Daddy. Thanks for watching the show. Not my actual daddy, by the way, but the daddy in the YouTube Live comments. You know what I mean. All right, let's talk about the Miami Dolphins because I guarantee you they're missing the playoffs as well. So the number isn't greatest in terms of value, minus 650. So you're going to have to put down some money to make some money. But this is like a home run for me. Miami is not going to win the division, A, because New England's going to do that. So that means Miami's going to have to get a wild card berth. I don't know if they can do that. Who are the Miami Dolphins? So they brought in Dow Loggins as their new offensive coordinator. He helped Jay Cutler to a great season in 2015. But I don't know what their offensive identity is. You got Devontae Parker, who's hurt and struggling. Can Miami afford to play the aerial attack and chuck it around to the likes of Parker and Kenny Stills and Albert Wilson and Danny Amendola? These guys aren't scaring opposing secondaries anytime soon. And then the run game, yes, Kenyon Drake has promise. I like Frank Gore, but he's just, at this point, a goal line back, in my opinion. And then outside of Mike Gesicki, and we don't know what he can do, the tight end position is non-existent. So there are some reasons here in terms of Miami and their offensive identity where I am concerned. Devontae Parker, of course, is hurt right now. Concerns at center. Daniel Kilgore comes on over from San Francisco. He was just okay for the 49ers. Pouncey is no longer there at center. How does Tannehill mesh with Kilgore? And for Tannehill himself, is he 100%? Is he the same quarterback? Can he take this team to the playoffs? Miami did go to the postseason in 2016, I will say. Back when Tannehill, of course, was the quarterback for the majority of the year. He got hurt, of course, and then it was back up central for the playoffs against Pittsburgh. And then finally, I just think Miami lacks offensive firepower, guys. I mean, Kenny Stills, I like him a lot, but Frank Gore, Mike Gesicki, Devontae Parker, Amendola, Albert Wilson, they don't strike fear into opposing defenses. It's just a fact. All right, so that's where I stand with Miami. Will they miss the playoffs? Type away 3 or 4 in the comment section. Got one more team to go to, but first, we got FanDuel sponsoring the Cam Rogers Show here today. Special offer for all you loyal watchers out there. Head to FanDuel.com/chatsports. Use that promo code chatsports. And when you deposit and sign up with $5, you get $20 in return. So that's a total of $25. And then join my game for free. If you finish in first place, you get $50. You can play my Week 1 FanDuel game absolutely free. Like I said, just DM me on Twitter, on my Facebook page. It's the Cam Rogers Show Challenge for $50 of free money, folks. So get it done. FanDuel.com/chatsports. That is the way to go. All right, one final team to get to, guaranteed to miss the postseason. Out of the AFC North, we have the Cincinnati Bengals, led by Andy Dalton there. Oh, Cincinnati. Minus 420 odds here, which is obviously a number I like compared to Miami. And there are a few reasons. A, Marvin Lewis. A lot of my reasons here, by the way, for the Cincinnati Bengals may be controversial and more narrative-based than necessarily talent and positional value-based. But the fact that Marvin Lewis is still a head coach for the Cincinnati Bengals in particular is astounding to me, and he shouldn't be a head coach for the Cincinnati Bengals, maybe in the NFL in general. Where's the pass protection coming from? Yeah, Cordy Glenn is there at left tackle, but he's already showing his lack of durability. He's been dinged up a bit. And then the rest of the offensive line, particularly on that right side, Billy Price, he's a rookie. Trey Hopkins at right guard. Bobby Hart at right tackle. These guys aren't elite blockers by any means. Then there's the whole no discipline thing. Yeah, Pac-Man Jones is no longer there, but Vontaze Burfict is still a linebacker for the Cincinnati Bengals. That still concerns me. Can Joe Mixon be the running back that the Bengals hope that he can be? The opportunity is there. No more Jeremy Hill. Yeah, Gio Bernard is there, but this is Mixon's team in terms of the backfield. He needs to step up. And then, do the Bengals have a killer instinct? Do they? I mean, that's a legit question for you guys. We're talking about a team that can't seem to win a playoff game. So why would I even have faith in this team to actually get to the postseason? Because they don't have this killer instinct to win a postseason game in general. So that means maybe they lose a slew of, say, close games during the regular season, and they're not even in the postseason conversation at that point. It's a real scenario. And by the way, I think the Baltimore Ravens will be in the wild card hunt. Obviously, Pittsburgh will be right there. I think Tennessee is going to be good. Jacksonville will be good as well. And then in the AFC West, could be a couple teams out of that division that make the postseason. So that leaves the Cincinnati Bengals on the outside looking in terms of postseason prognostications.